Hello and welcome back to another Gaming with Killatia. Well, today we'll be taking a look at Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Sega Genesis. And I got to say, it's definitely an improvement over the original game in so many different ways. Not only does Sonic 2 enhances the already solid gameplay of Sonic 1, it also adds in some new gameplay elements, like you just saw here with the spin dash, where Sonic can spin into place in order to dash at a much faster pace of speed. You also have the option to play as Sonic's newest sidekick, Miles Tails Prowler, or you can just call him Tail for short, everybody else does. Now, unfortunately in his first appearance, Tail does not have the ability to fly, but still, his addition is a great one to the overall Sonic mythos. Speaking of adding to the mythos, if you gather all of the 7 Chaos Emeralds this time around, which by the way, the special stages to collect these Chaos Emeralds this time around, is a huge improvement over the original special stage in Sonic 1. Just look, it just looks so much better. It's much more straightforward, and there's actually some elements of a 3D effect here. Honestly, a huge improvement over Sonic 1's special stages. Anyways, back on topic, once you collect all the 7 Chaos Emeralds this time around, you become the most famous transformation in this franchise history, Super Sonic! No relation to Super Saiyan Goku or any other Super Saiyans. Now, these may not seem like big deals these days, but back in 92-93 when Sonic 2 was released, these weren't just game changers, they were franchise defining moments. These were elements that would stay with the franchise for pretty much the rest of time. You could say these changes were more influential than anything that was done in the first Sonic the Hedgehog game. As for the levels themselves, compared to Sonic 1, they've been redesigned to put emphasis on one thing: speed. Now, to be fair, there are moments of platforming in this game, but unlike the first one, they actually took the time and effort to design these games to emphasize the one thing that Sega really want to emphasize with Sonic: its speed. And boy, does this game love to emphasize how fast Sonic can go in this game. But even with that being said, the game can still be rewarding for those who are really good at this game. For example, in Aquatic Ruin Zones, if you're really good at this stage, you can actually play through this entire mandatory water stage without actually having to jump into the water whatsoever. Granted, I'm not as good as I used to be in this stage, but the incentive for being a good player in this game is still there, and very thoughtful of the game developers to include this little treat. And who could ever forget Casinopolis Zone, the zone that taught children how to get addicted to gambling years before the loot box controversy of 2017. Ah, good old Sega, what will you get children addicted to next? Sadly, the stages after Casinopolis Zone tends to slide down quality a bit, but don't get me wrong, they are still a huge improvement over the level design in Sonic 1, but none of the stages after this compares to Casinopolis Zone, except for Metropolis Zone and its very god-awful enemy placement. I hate this stage a lot. The only reason I don't absolutely hate it with all my soul is that it's not a water level like, say, the Labyrinth Zone was. But still, Metropolis Zone is a pretty bad stage in terms of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And the following level is really nothing more than filler, but we do get a nice preview of the upcoming second to last level here. A nice little subtle storytelling moment that gets expanded upon in Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I think my biggest disappointment is with the Dr. Robotnik battles. Now, don't get me wrong, they are certainly more creative than in Sonic the Hedgehog 1, The problem is that it's like so easy for me that there was like no challenge to be had. Not to mention that some of these battles can be exploited so easily. Like for example here, I'm to put the jump on the arrows to hit Dr. Robotnik, but really all they have to do is just stay on top of the pillows, avoid a hammer, and just avoid the hassle of jumping on the arrows in the first place. It's like so easy to exploit some of these battles. Heck, in Chemical Plant Zone, Tails pretty much did all the heavy work for me. All I really had to do like one hit and Tails did the rest. Honestly, if there was one aspect that the upcoming sequel Sonic the Hedgehog 3 improved upon, is the Dr. Robotnik battles. Still, with all that being said, there's a reason why everybody considers Sonic the Hedgehog 2 to be one of the best Sonic games of all time. Not only did it took what the first game did and do it better, the changes that it made to the game wasn't just game changing, it was changes that would defy the franchise for years, heck, possibly even decades to come. If you own a Sega Genesis, you definitely need to play Sonic the Hedgehog 2. My overall rating for this game is a solid A. This is Killatia signing off. Hope to see you next time.